What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're going to take a look at this photo. Let me show you the photo here. So here's the photo, and here's is the tweet. When you know, you know. Now, the first clue here is on Twitter, they posted manipulated media. So we know that there's something wrong with this media. There's something different about this photo. So we're going to dive in and look at this photo and find the original photo and show you that this is a manipulation. Okay, show you that this is misinformation. And I'm going to start doing more videos like this. I got a good response. I posted a video earlier today and people really liked it. They really gravitated towards this. Now the views were down, and I expect that. I'm talking about something that's a little bit different. So if you guys like videos like this, please share this video out with other people. That way we can get those views up, and the more views, the more YouTube will promote the video and put it out to more people, which will allow people to see this stuff, this misinformation. And this is one of our biggest threats, the misinformation that's out there from social media. So that's what we're going to focus on today. I'm also going to talk a little bit about, like I said, I posted a video earlier today. I got some responses from different people. I'm going to call out one response. Okay, now I'm not picking on this person, but I saw a familiar message coming through, and there are different people saying the same thing in the comments. And so I want to address that because I think it's very important. So that's what we're going to discuss today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please hit the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to look at a comment here. Now, let me set this up for you guys. Earlier today, I posted a video and I talked about the service dogs. Okay, so someone posted a tweet about the service dogs, how they were left behind, left in Afghanistan, and I debunked that and I talked about it and I put both stories out there. Okay, so this is one story where you see these cages and you see the dogs in the cages. These are the service dogs. But then I looked at some American news sources. We looked at the Department of Defense, who said this is not true. We also looked at the Army Times and the Military Times, and those are independent. That's independent news. They were saying, no, this is not true as well. And then when you even go a step further, when you think about it, a dog and its handler, they have a very, very close relationship. That's the handler's partner. And if these dogs were being left behind, these handlers would be speaking out about this because they would be leaving their partners behind. And I have not heard any handlers talk about this. So that's another sign that maybe this is something that is not true. Now, the comment that I received that I wanted to show you guys, and like I said, I'm not picking on Megan. There are a lot of people out there that felt the same way and posted something similar to this, but we're just gonna go over this. So here we go. I guess you missed the video where the head of the Kabul airport, which the head of the Kabul airport would be the Taliban because they are running Afghanistan right now. So I don't know exactly who she's referring to, but she's saying the head of the Taliban airport recorded the cages and said that they were running through the city. So saying that the dogs were running through the city. The only way we would know that they're service dogs is they would have to be wearing something that would signify that they were service dogs, or it would just be dogs running through the street. But nonetheless, the information that she received was from Australia News and the news in India. Now, the sentence structure here is a little bit broken up, and this could be, and a lot of the misinformation that we're receiving is not coming from the U.S. It's coming from other countries trying to divide the U.S. That is their whole mission. Now, the scary thing here is we're talking about news outlets in other countries, and they're looking at these news outlets in other countries, and they're believing, she says here, I believe them, not you. Okay. Now, I just gave my opinion, but I showed you where I was getting that opinion from. Now, this individual is getting their information from Australia and India, and they're taking that to be fact, as well as they're getting information from the head of Kabul airport, and they're taking that information and saying, no, this is what really happened. This is why it happened, because of these outlets in foreign countries. That is a very dangerous thing. And the reason why it's dangerous is because if you're going to allow other countries who really their interest is themselves, they're interested in growing as a country, becoming a superpower. If you're going to let them set the narrative and tell the story, and you're not going to believe the story that's coming out of your own country, that's a very, very dangerous thing. And so I just wanted to put that out there, just something to think about. Look at the different information that you've received. This video that this person is talking about, I'd love to see it. You can always post a link in the comments. I can check it out. Or you can tell me what article it was on or where you received this information from, and we can check that out and then go further with it. But this comment was definitely worth mentioning, so I just wanted to put that out there to you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the misinformation that we saw. And this was posted on the 28th, August 28th, so a couple of days ago. And like I said, the person's here, this is their Twitter account. When you know, you know. And you have Jeffrey Epstein here with the vice president, Kamala Harris. Okay. And they're posed in a picture. Now, you guys might not know this, but I do have a photography business and I shot weddings for many, many years. I don't shoot weddings anymore, but one of the things that I know is Photoshop. I know how to use Photoshop, the ins and outs, everything when it comes to Photoshop. So I can easily spot something that's fake. And I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here and show you why this was how it was Photoshopped and everything. So that is the photo that was posted on Twitter. Twitter caught it, so that's good. And it's easy to do a reverse image search on Google. So I'll do a separate video and I'll show you guys how to do that because that's easy to do. So if you see a photo and you think, you know what, I don't think this is real, you can do a reverse image search on Google and it will allow you to see that picture or similar pictures to that all over the internet. Okay, so let's break this down now. Now the original picture, this is the original picture here. It's Vice President Kamala Harris with her husband. And so you might look at this and say, well, they were both at the same event. You had Jeffrey Epstein and you had Kamala Harris at the same event. She took a picture with her husband and then she took a picture with Jeffrey Epstein. And this is just simply a way to attack the vice president. We're going to put her with Jeffrey Epstein. We saw President Trump with Jeffrey Epstein. We saw President Clinton with Jeffrey Epstein. So now let's add her to the mix and put her in with Jeffrey Epstein because we know Jeffrey Epstein did some really horrible things. And so let's put them all together in this picture. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. The first thing that I look at, well, the first thing you want to look at is the background. Background's exactly the same. The color's a little bit different, but that's just processing. So when you process it, this is the original, so it's a little warmer than the photoshopped picture. Now, some of the other things you want to look at is what's in the background. So we know that this is the same thing here. If you look down in between both of them, you see that it's the same background there. And the picture was taken in the exact same position. So a photographer would have to be standing in that exact same position, and the subjects would need to be in the exact same place. Because look, if you get closer here, you'll see, look where the O is, look where the R is. You see it's the same exact area here, no changes there. If you look at the shadow, and if we come down, you look at the shadow, that's where the chin is on her husband here, and Jeffrey Epstein, it's exactly in the same place. Okay, so that's very, very important. That's a huge cue. And you also see the neck here is the same color, as well as when you're looking at just the body build, the exact same body build, right? Same clothes, exactly. He's wearing the same thing that the vice president's husband was wearing. When you're looking at the position here, the O is exactly in the same place down here. So all these things coming together just leads us to believe and leads us to know that all they did was take Jeffrey Epstein's head and post it on the vice president husband's face. That's all they did. They just did a face swap. That's it. And when you look, even to go a step further, when you're looking at the vice president, look at her hair. Identical. in both pictures. So you know it's her same exact picture, because like I said, the big argument can be, well, she took one picture with her husband and then she took another picture with Jeffrey Epstein. They were at the same event. Obviously, that's not the case here, because she has exactly, her hair is lined up exactly the same way. So we know that this is the same picture. Now, I did put the pictures together. I cropped them in. This picture was originally cropped. This picture was much longer. Okay, so it comes all the way down, but I cropped it up a little bit to try to have them as close as possible to each other. But that's all they did. That's it. That's the misinformation here. That's the story that they're putting out there, that the vice president was with Jeffrey Epstein. And I've said this before. I think a lot of this manipulation, the Photoshop, and all these different images, they're coming from people in other countries. They post it on Twitter, and then it gets picked up by people in the US, and then they repost it and they share it and they say, look, this is crazy. This is amazing. I can't believe that she would be with this person and this and this and that. So that's what's going on when we're looking at this. And this, like I said, there are a lot of things that we face, a lot of challenges that we face in this country. But one of the most devastating things that I'm seeing right now is this misinformation, these lies that are being put out there to try to divide this country, because this will get people talking. And when it gets people talking, you have people splitting. They have different opinions. Yes, this is a real picture. And then you have the other side saying no, or you have people that are just in the middle that will see it and say, wow, that's pretty bad, and then just move on. And they never find out if it was a real picture or not, because once it hits the internet, some people think this is the truth. This is the real picture. And so I just wanted to put that out there to you guys. I want to know what you guys think. So in the comment section, let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.